Kori.
Hey.
What do you take away from a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of back and forth. I liked our resiliency. I liked our character to keep coming back. I think spotting people leads is not gonna, work out in the long run, but one game. So, there's some things we need to clean up and we'll go from there.
What does it say about having things to correct after a game? Because obviously it's a 5-game series, best of 5. Having things that you know that you need to do better, does that make things maybe a little bit differently than, maybe past years when you're doing things right and not just getting a goal?
Yeah, I mean, we're always gonna have, like, whether it's game 1 of playoffs or game 29, game 30 of the regular season, like, we're always gonna have things to correct. We have yet to play a perfect game this year. I don't think that'll ever happen in the game of hockey. So, yeah, there's always gonna be things to correct. Great that we scored 4 goals, but, they scored 5. So there's some things to look at.
Kori, early in the second period, like 30 seconds in, they made that big save on a breakaway
Yeah.
by Taylor Heisey. Did you feel at the time that, especially 2 minutes later you scored,
Mm-hmm.
did you feel at the time that maybe the momentum had changed and you were really maybe going to get to where you wanted to go?
Yeah, I mean, you never want to see that as a coach where, you're looking to turn the tides and then all of a sudden you have a player like Taylor Heisey on a breakaway. It's a great save by Deb. And then, yeah, I thought it definitely kept us where we wanted to be and allowed us to get back in.
Kori, you mentioned yesterday that you expected there to be penalties for the team in
Yeah.
a physical series like this. I wonder what you made of the penalties they took today and how the penalty kill played.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to dissect all of them, and right now I'm not gonna comment on one way or the other. I thought that there was a lot of back and forth in terms of special teams. There was a lot of situations that, we were prepared for in terms of all the 4-on-4s and going into a power play out of that, or 4-on-4 and going into a kill. So something I probably have to take a little bit more time on, but I like the way that our group handled it. Obviously, the 5-minute where we had to kill, or we were 4-on-4 for the first 2. I thought, the players understood the magnitude of that situation and they were able to capitalize in that moment, which was huge for us. So I thought our power play was clutch tonight, which was awesome. And I thought our kill did good things. And, I thought we took probably too many penalties again. And, the refs were calling a pretty tight game.
To make this comeback, but I'm wondering if you can speak to Stacey specifically and what she was able to do today.
Yeah, I mean, Stace was, able to put us on her back at times and figure out a way to put the puck across the line. And, you appreciate a player like that. You appreciate someone who works so hard and, plays the right way. She's a great leader for us, and we certainly, it would have been nice to get the win with that kind of performance from Stace. But I don't think that, I think that's a great start for her, and the series is young, so hopefully that continues.
If I can follow up on that too, sorry. Was this game like a great example of just the way that she's grown as a leader, both on and off the ice for this team, like emotionally, the way she plays, the way she is with the team in the room?
Yeah, I thought that this was one of her best. I thought that she maintained her composure when things were getting heated. She took a penalty there that was, I haven't watched it back, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. But, I thought she was able to kind of put anything and everything behind her and just continue to plug away one at a time. And Stace has certainly grown as a player, but also as a person and a leader with our group.
Sure. What were they doing, or what were you not doing well in the first period to figure out the motivate them?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like early in a game, teams are willing and eager to play defense. Their gaps are tight. They're tracking hard. They've got good details. So you have to really earn your game. And, I would have liked to see us maybe earn a little bit more of our game, get our forecheck established, put pucks behind them, make them turn. And I don't think we were as committed to that early on. And, a couple of pucks the other way happen, and now you're working 200 feet to try to get into the offensive zone where, you know, the opening face-off, you're only working half of that, and it's a good start to get on the forecheck. So I believe that the opening face-off of every game is important, and it sets the tone. So, you know, we gotta earn our game.
This is the team's first loss against Minnesota, and it comes during the playoffs. Does it hurt a little bit for you?
I don't like to lose any game, whether it's game 1 of the season or, you know, game 31 of the season. And, you know, I think for Minnesota, they did what they needed to do in terms of playing fast. I thought that, you know, we took over a little bit there in the third period. So I was, you know, I finally thought, hey, this is our team. This is the way we play. This is what we're used to. And, you know, they obviously learned a lot through the regular season in the matchups, and so did we. And we learned a lot today, too.
You mentioned that Minnesota was going to be fierce competition, but you chose them, the team chose them. Do you have any regrets about that right now?
No. Mais-
Just in the third, we saw a few times Devienne, she had difficulties to stand, and she seemed hurt. Are you worried or some concern?
No.
for her right now?
Merci.
Laura, what can you say about this game today?
It's time to go to bed and move on. Wake up tomorrow. It's a 5-game series for a reason. They're a good team. We're a good team. At the end of the day, we just need to find a way to win. And I believe in this group more than anything. The resilience we showed today, the way nothing fazed us today, and I am very impressed by that locker room. So I'm excited for game 2.
For Laura, you said, I think with the pass this team has had, but the confidence that there is, how confident are you in this group to just be able to regroup and come back stronger on Tuesday?
Very confident. The past is the past. I know we talk about this in this room a million times of what happened the past 2 years, but the past 2 years are over. We're here right now. We have a brand new team. We have a brand new group. We're playing the Frost. We're present and we're confident, and we know what we can do in that locker room. We know what we want to do, and every single person in that group is on the same page, and we're going to flip the script here and get ready for game 2.
Abby, this is obviously your first PWHL playoff series yourself. You're a physically imposing player, and in a series where there's going to be a lot of physicality, and there's going to be a lot of scuffs and scrapes and shiners as you have as well. What do you think your play and your style of hockey is going to lend to this series, given what you just endured in game 1?
Yeah, I think it's about wearing a team down. I think, honestly, by the end of the game, we had worn them down a good bit. I think we had a lot of ozone shifts in the third, even in the overtime. Like, getting hit often, but, like, it is tiring, and that's what I try to do. You try to hit the people who don't like to get hit much, which they got a few of those players, and if you can get under their skin, make it tiring hockey, like, that's what we want to do, because we have a really deep roster that can play, so the more you can wear them down, the better.
Abby, speaking on that physicality, you mentioned yesterday that you'd like to see in this playoff series the refs let you guys play a little bit. A lot of penalties today. How did you feel about that?
You know, I wasn't happy, but I mean, in the end, I think a lot of this stuff, when they try to bring both people, like, just let them both go to the bench. Like, if it's like a little skerfuffle, like, it's fine. Like, just let them go to the bench. It's all good. Like, most of us, like, are fine with that if we both skate away. I mean, sometimes penalties have to be called. There were some that were clear penalties, and that's all good. Like, we know that's going to happen, but there was definitely some calls that it's just let it go. It's playoff hockey.
Abby, did you feel it in second period after you scored to make it 2-1? Then there were like 3 penalties in a span of about 9 minutes in the second period. Do you feel that it might have slowed you down as a team to get that second goal earlier and maybe get the momentum?
I think power plays and PKs, they do get in the way of the flow of the game, but to be honest, when you're going against a team that has the first power play in the league, you know that power play and PK are going to be important. It's going to be part of this series. I think we all knew that. Like, some of these games are going to come down to power play goals, come down to how good your PK is, so we were prepared for that. It definitely kind of gets in the way of the flow and like how many people can get on the ice in a row with your lines, things like that. But I mean, we were lucky enough to also produce on 2 power plays, so sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't.
Abby, if I can ask, is the Shiner from the double roughing in the second?
Yeah, from the me and Curl, yeah. Not really sure where it happened in there, but happened in there somewhere.
And if I can follow up, just can you speak to what Laura was able to do for this team today, first
Yeah.
hat trick in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, she brings it every game. We all know it. You're never worried about the effort Stace will bring to the ice. She's every game 110%, and I think that's when in playoff hockey those players get to shine, and you saw that today, getting a hat trick, putting a lot of the team like right behind her. It's never about her though. Comes to the bench, scores those goals, is like we got the next one, we got this game, and I think that's what's so special about her.
Laura, after you got the penalty in the second period, you looked mad. How did you feel, and how much did it trigger you the rest of the way tonight today? Is there anything?
Yeah, I was pretty upset at that call, not gonna lie. I let him know that too. I actually had to have one of my teammates come over and tell me to calm down, which it was needed for sure. But yeah, again, I think it's hockey. It's playoff hockey. You feel those emotions. You show them on your sleeve. I'm a pretty emotional player, and that got me fired up. And I think, I don't know. I do think there is value in playing with that fire, playing with that emotion. But of course, at some point, I do need to rein it in a little.
Laura's, how excited were you with the wraparound work today?
It's about time, hey? Yeah, of course. You like to see that trickle in. But at the end of the day, you want to see a fifth one trickle in and us win that hockey game. But I'm proud of that group. I'm proud of the way we fought. And I think every single one of us is confident that that next one is going to go in for us.
Laura, how do you ensure that next game you get off to a better start? First period you didn't really get much going. They got 2 goals. How do you make sure that?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I don't think you can ensure anything. I think what we can do is just focus on it. We know it happened. We can learn from it, but we can also forget about it and move on and know that we can come out strong and dominate right from that first puck drop. So I think it's just a matter of, in that locker room, talking about it, bringing it up and realizing like, hey guys, that wasn't our best start. This next game, that's something we're focusing on. That first 5 minutes, we're getting pucks deep, we're getting a difficult shot on net. We're doing simple things that we know we can control. We can't control necessarily how the outcome of our start goes, but what we can control is those little details, those little efforts that make that first 5 minutes of the game extremely difficult to play against.
How does the energy of the crowd and the fans impact your game?
Oh, it's incredible. We love playing in this rink. Unfortunately, we didn't win it for them, and I think every single one of us in that locker room wants to do it for ourselves and our team. But we also want to do it for the city, the fans that we have. I think they show up night in and night out for us, to cheer us on, to lift us up. It was 2-0, and they still believed in us, so why wouldn't we believe in ourselves? And I think when you hear that noise, when you cross the blue line, when you hear that noise after you score or a big PK, it just ignites the bench. It really does, and we're really excited to be back here to give them something to cheer about here on Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.